You know, the older I get, is the more I realize a mistake that I've made and have been making for a good number of years is glorifying, always sacrificing yourself for others. And I don't care who the others is, whether it's your family or your husband or everybody. And don't get me wrong, that's what we're supposed to do, but I think I have created a situation for myself where it is expected and normalized that I will sacrifice every single thing, every part of me for everybody. And you know, sometimes in this other person's conversation, they kind of guilt trip parents. I am guilty of that too, where I guilt trip parents if you don't sacrifice every single part of you for your family. And the older I get is the more that I realize that's the wrong message to send, because sometimes you're literally pouring from an empty cup. And I realize that it has become such a problem now where it makes even you feel resentful or resentment towards, you know, your loved ones. But you have to take ownership and realize that you played a role in creating those scenarios by not having boundaries. By not having boundaries and by always kind of using it as something that you're proud of. Like for me, I am so satisfied when I sacrifice and do things for my loved ones. But now I realize that the older that I get and the more that I appreciate boundaries and also going into my self-care era, I realize how damaging that is. It's very damaging, you know. When I talk about, everything, people around me will see that I have needs, I have stuff to get done, and they just expect that it's not as important. So let me put on another responsibility. Let me ask for something else. Let me request something else. Even looking at me and seeing that I have even basic needs, you know what I mean? And I realized that because I took so much pride in it, and I was so happy, and I am so happy in taking care of my family, I have trained the people around me to put me on the back burner. And the older I get is the more I realize that I need to stop that. You know what I mean? People literally come to me about getting their hair done and my head